The local government had been unable, for various reasons, to enact the local national security law. As you may remember, when the protesters smashed their way into the Legislative Council on the 1st of July of last year, one of the first things they did was to scrawl on the walls of the Legislative Council that Hong Kong is not China. They then damaged the regional emblem and destroyed copies of the Basic Law, the very symbols of one country, two systems. And ever since that time, they've made clear that many of them do have these secessionist views. They shout when they're indulging in their street protests and violence. They shout such things as liberation of our times, revolution now, Hong Kong independence the only way, and things like this. So it's quite clear that a separatist movement is operating within the broader protest movement itself. And this separatist movement is being encouraged by overseas forces. And a graphic illustration of that came last month on May the 19th, when in the United States Congress, when Congressman Perry, who's a member of the Republican Party, moved a motion in the House of Representatives calling upon authorizing the President of the United States, President Trump, to treat Hong Kong as a separate, independent nation. So it's obvious that this is obviously direct encouragement to the separatists in Hong Kong, and it reveals a plan by people in Washington, D.C. to try and divide up China. So against this background, it's quite clear that the present situation was intolerable. Some people suggest these days, when they condemn recent developments, that there's been a breach of what's in the Joint Declaration. But in fact, the Joint Declaration said nothing about national security, which was quite clearly a matter for China. And when the NPC in 1990 enacted the basic law of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, it took a very courageous and a very big decision, because in all parts of the world that I'm aware of, legislation for parts of the country are passed by the national parliament itself and aren't entrusted to local or regional assemblies to do. So that was a great show of faith in Hong Kong. But unfortunately, after 1997, the national security laws, which are provided for by Article 23 of the Basic Law, were not enacted. That, of course, meant that there was a gap in our legal apparatus in Hong Kong. As years went by, it became obvious that this was a concern, and a significant concern.